Last session, you guys, well, for the majority of the party, it was a pretty calm session. For Halvard, on the other hand, it was chaos pretty much the entire time. As you guys had gone from Snag's place to the other farmer, who I got his name right here. I had his name right here. Well, nevertheless, you guys got some information. Few of you guys spread out to different bits of the town. I believe it was Fez and Tamberley who went to Gliafia's place to leave a message that there is a suspected Hydra, and that might be the reason why she's losing her boats. A tactless conversation was had with Chelsea, who had lost a few children in the last numbered months.
What kind of an asshole would do that?
Who I have no idea, but she's not happy with a few of your guys' group. Protz was the other farmer that you guys had initially talked to possibly figure out any connection to this Banterhob situation. But ultimately going to Snaggalax. You guys purchased a pig from Protz, a semi-blue pig, as it seems that the livestock of Protz had been consuming said blue piles of something on his farm and had started to turn them blue. But as the rest of you guys went back into town, you left Halvard, of all people, with the blue pig.
That
Thinking
was our bad.
thinking that this probably was the best choice to do so, and I believe you guys all went to have lunch. So, Halvard being Halvard, immediately took the situation that was down to a 0 back up to 100. The pig escaping, Halvard pursuing, Halvard and pig creating chaos in said town. The chaos reaching the group as they were having their lunch. Some portions of the group decided to help in the chase of said pig, and Halvard ended up deciding to explode the pig from the inside out, as it was tired of doing this chasing. This pig that they had hoped would be alive during the bait process of the Banderhob situation that night, now lying dead, pooling blood out of the eyes, ears, and mouth, dragged back to the farm, a new plan thought up in which Fez was going to summon some fey pigs to be around, and our good friend Halvard gutted and skinned said pig and wore his skin like the insane person that he is.
It's
Take it
only
as-
insane if it doesn't work.
It's a compliment, okay? Take it as a compliment. Just
It's not.
So, with the plan finally situated with the group, you guys prepared yourselves on Snagalak's farm. Snagalak bid you all good night as he went in, seeing your setup. The sun set, night ticked on, pigs were summoned. A very poor performance at pig at first by Halvard, who was basically reciting poetry as a pig, and then was shushed by Tamberley to do what he practiced earlier, and then did a more convincing pig. But nevertheless, around 2:30 in the morning, after a few resummonings of pigs, Halvard, with his blind sense, was able to feel a creature moving between the pigs. He got approached by this creature as well, felt some tugging and pulling in different parts of his stomach. No pain, no attack or anything of that sort. So No alarms were raised. But as this creature went back from pig to pig and finally reached Halvard, they started floating up into the air. Only about 35, 40 feet up in the air did Fez, able to see this, pointed it out to Madronix, and they both staring in disbelief as these balloons were lifting the pigs and Halvard pig. Halv pig. Halv swine? I know you said Swalvard, but I'm trying to...
Hamburg. Yep.
Oh, there you go. As they all started floating in the air. Madronix going to Tamberlay, Fez going to Malcolm, and in their own ways explaining what's going on, where Tamberlay got a decent definition by Nyx, and Malcolm was told to look up. Which, Malcolm being blind, just changes his perspective of blindness for a few moments. It wasn't until a new creature started flying through the air, taking pig after pig, that the intensity of the moment kicked in. And it wasn't until Halvard got impacted by this creature and started getting dragged off, leaving sloshing bits of pig falling off of him in a trail off in the distance. I believe Nyx summoned Onyx from a nearby stable that they would have had him. Fez turned into a wolf with Tamberlay on back. The wolf and Tamberlay ran to Malcolm, told Malcolm, I forgot exactly what you said, but basically, like, Halvard's getting away, it's taking Halvard, something along those lines. But that's where we resume. Halvard has moved about 60 feet up in the air. He's 75 feet up, and he moved 65 feet out of the stables and towards the west. And so we resume here. I'm going to have everyone roll initiative.
All right, here we go.
Oh crap! I failed on that one. I forgot to open that window.
Initiative. Go. Sounds about right.
All right.
Oh, we did real good.
Give me 1 second. There we go. Initiative. Oh. Oh, not worth it.
I believe Malcolm has more decks than you, Paul Tamberlay.
I believe so.
18.
Honestly,
Two ties, nice.
I also have an 18 dex,
Ooh.
but your
Alright.
bonus is higher.
+4?
Well, I mean, for your initiative.
Oh, yeah.
So go first. I don't mind.
Not ladies first.
And to be fair, Tamberlay, you're on the back of Fez.
Exactly.
So if you want to do anything, it's basically just off the back of Fez. To demount and then remount would take an action to remount.
Super fine where I am.
Gotcha. All right, so get the list. Okay, so top first one up is Halvard.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
My initiative was 3.
Oh, sorry, I read that backwards. 13. Okay,
I'm
never
like,
mind. First one up is Nyx.
Okay.
Then we got, so is it Nyx, Fez, Malcolm, Tamberlay, Halvard?
That
That's
sounds
about
about right.
All right. So, Nyx, you are first up.
Yeah, because that was the ideal. Nick's going first. It's like the one thing I would have liked to have done. He would have needed, or the creature in question would have needed to be within 60 feet of my body.
I moved you guys. So this is where you would have been at the end of last session. And both Tamberley and Nyx are currently mounted.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, we are.
Well, in that case, currently Fez and Onyx are mounted.
Yeah, they are.
Grr.
I guess for right now.
Currently, he's about 120 feet away from you. However it is.
And just reminding myself of how we're doing this, like I would need to use my action as a dash if I wanted to dash on a mount.
Yeah, if you're
think that's what
mounting,
how it was
if you're
doing.
mounting the horse, its movement becomes your movement. So anything you want to do movement-wise, you would have to use your action.
Okay, so then
So
then
like
I
you can use your
essentially have no choice but to use my action to dash on top of Onyx, and I believe Onyx's movement speed is 60 feet for a warhorse.
60. So you get the regular 60 feet of movement from the warhorse because its movement becomes your movement, and then you could dash again if you want. So you see what I'm saying? So instead of your 30 feet of movement, you've got 60 feet on the warhorse, and then if you want to dash with the warhorse, you can.
Well, that was my intention. Essentially,
Okay.
I'm taking moving 120 movement using the dash action. Oh yeah,
Yeah, because he's 120 from you because he's up at an angle. So to get directly underneath him is only 45 feet of movement.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like, sorry. I thought you were putting that horizontally speaking. It's just like, wow, that guy moved fast.
No. It's at an angle. So yeah, if you want to get directly underneath him, it's only 45 feet of movement. That still doesn't put him close enough for you to do your,
Well, yeah.
your thing.
It's
but-
like so, but essentially, if I basically as I get underneath him, like he's going to be about 70. You said 75 feet above me.
yeah, with you being on your horse, he's going to be closer to like 65, 70. But yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, still on the cusp of what the thing that I wanted to do, but we will.
I mean, if you want to
We will
stand on
press
your horse
onward.
and do a somersault, try to close that distance, you can, but it's going to be a hell of an acrobatics check.
I don't have enough confidence to do an acrobatics check with Nyx's stats.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I think for now, because I'm not sure how far this thing is going to go over the next round.
Make an intelligence check. See if you can calculate from the few passes that you guys were able to witness of it making over the pigs.
I'll be really disappointed by the answer. Nah.
It moves pretty fast, that's all you can tell.
All right, then, for now, I'm gonna play safety, and I'm just going to use my bonus action to put a hunter's mark onto the creature.
Okay.
And I'm remembering. And I guess making something to work with because I really don't have anything else to do with my action presently. I'm going to try and get, like, maybe distract the creature a little bit from its original goal, and I'm going to throw a javelin at disadvantage.
Okay, so you're getting it directly underneath it?
Yeah, directly underneath it, and then throwing it upward.
Roger that, go for it.
Yeah.
Do know that
And
it's...
nothing I do should make it fall, so I'm not concerned about that.
Yeah, it's just Halvard is being held and the clutch is underneath it. So there
Yeah,
is...
with maybe with any luck, I'll be able to help with a fall, but
Well, there's a chance that you might hit Halvard, just FYI.
okay. Where are you? Oh, there's the javelin. So, well, buddy, hope for the best. I mean, I think you're kind of already bleeding already. That's a sad second result, but a 12. That's a really sad second result.
It really is.
Unfortunately, it does not hit.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to, but at the very least, it didn't hit Halvard. Maybe.
This is true. The javelin goes up, almost true, but the bird flaps its wings at just the right time to not get impacted.
Alright, that'll be Mithranix's turn, because he's just going to have to wait to see what that creature does next to figure out what else to do.
All right.
Stupid bird.
That's going to bring us to Fez. He's a wolf right now, and I believe it's...
He did turn into a wolf.
Yeah, I was trying to look on his page for the wolf stats, but I guess he doesn't have it connected yet. All right. So it's 40 feet movement. So he's going to run in that direction with you, Tamerlane, on the back.
Okay.
He's going to make an intelligence check. Nope, he can't figure out how fast he goes either. He does know that it goes pretty fast and you're pretty slow, so you guys are sort of trying to track this down, or the possibility of tracking. However, he's going to stay in his wild shape form. Yeah, so he's getting... We're going to allow him to hold his action to dash in whatever direction this bird continues on in. So, that's going to end his turn, bringing us to the bird with Halvard in tow.
Stupid bird.
Bird, bird, bird. Bird is the word. And we are off map.
Ooh.
As the bird flies 120 feet westward, making Fez and Tamerlane start heading in that direction as well. And that's going to end the bird's turn. Bring us to Malcolm. You just saw Tamerlane and the wolf, and then Nyx on top of Onyx, just all barrel off in a direction into the dark.
I'm gonna do the same thing.
Okay. move dash dash or just?
Yep.
All
So
right.
90 feet.
So to do this realistically for you in the movement and your vision,
Oh yeah, I'm gonna run into shit.
yeah, you're gonna have to like run to Madronix and then run towards the puppy. So 5, 10, 15,
Okay.
20, 30, 40,
So 5, 10, 15, 20,
60.
25.
That's 60.
Oh, sorry.
So with Tamberlay pointing in the direction that they're flying,
Can I wait? Hold on. From there, um, how far away from the creature am I?
well, Malcolm and the creature are currently 75 feet up and 40 feet past the edge of the map. So about 100. No, that's like 180 feet away. And you can't see shit.
Yeah.
For all you know, you guys are chasing Banderhobs right now. Because you didn't see shit in the sky. And Fez didn't explain it very well.
Yeah, he just said look up.
Yeah. And you were like, stop stargazing. And then he just ran away and became back as a wolf.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna follow them to the best of my ability.
Okay. So, say that you ended with your action left. And
Because
you're
I was gonna say if I could see it, I would have used my short bow if I could.
yeah, unfortunately, with the trees and how fast and far it's gone, it'd be damn
Yeah.
near impossible.
I figured.
So you're holding your action to dash behind Fez and Tamberlay
Mm-hmm.
in the same direction that they go. Okay. So this is going to pull us off the map. We're going to go Theater of the Mind a little bit here. But at the end of Malcolm's turn, Tamberlay. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Can't see a damn thing, can I?
No, not really.
Nope, I'm just gonna hold on.
Okay.
Trust Fez.
That brings us to the man of the hour, Halvard.
All right. So what Halvard is thinking of doing is nothing. He's just going to sit and wait to see. He's just going to hold an action to use his boots just in case he falls and needs to break it.
Okay.
Halvard, the method actor.
It's called Commitment.
He's the Daniel Day-Lewis of our time.
I literally think you made that joke last session.
Probably.
All right. So with that, the end of Halvard's turn brings us back to the top of the round. Nyx. You just having Onyx full dash in that direction as well?
So, well, if he's moving at 120 feet in this round, unless I want to lose him, I have to dash 120 feet in that direction.
Unfortunately for you, since you are land-based, you do have to maneuver through trees. So it doesn't keep you exactly tailing them, but it gives you some of the best chance. All right. So with that, Fez is going to continue as fast a pace as he can in the same direction. We're going to have Fez and Nyx both give perception checks.
That does remind me. I should double check because it's been a hot minute since I've had to use. Well, at least potentially use the spell in this way. I can't remember if it specifically only outlines. I think it's usually only specifically outlines survival and
130.
investigation.
Do you want to make that perception check?
Yeah, wisdom, perception, and survival. Okay, so I get to make that with advantage if I'm finding the creature. Sorry, I had to pull out the mic. I had to pull out a magnifying glass for that one.
No worries. Okay. Between the both of you, you guys are easily able to track it during the next turn of movement. You guys are continuing through the forest, kind of darting and weaving to your best of your abilities. Luckily, this area has been semi-logged, but every other sort of row of trees have been logged. So there are nice, larger gaps to keep an eye on the flying bird plus halberd combo up in the sky without losing track of them too much. Maybe here and there you miss them for a second, but you can pick them up pretty easily. So you guys continue on. Malcolm, you're just full on sprinting behind.
Mhm.
You actually can keep up with Wolf, Fez, and Tamberlay. You can actually go faster, technically, if you wanted to be in between them and Nyx.
Just as a quick thing, for the last round, I know I had my action left. Could I have just like pulled out a torch and then on this one for my action light it so that I at least have some way of seeing where I'm going?
Yeah,
Oh, you can pull one out and light it on the same turn.
Oh, I can?
Like,
yeah, for an
yeah, like
action.
your action. Yeah,
Well,
you basically one free action to pull the torch out, and then an action to light it.
Well, then this turn would be me pulling away from Wolf and Tamberlay
Okay.
because I can see without crashing into tree branches as much.
All right. So you start to split the difference between Wolf and Tamberlay and Nyx. Okay. So another round goes on, and the bird picks up speed, not only traveling 120 feet per round, but 240 now. Halvard, give me a perception check.
Will do. Let's see. Oop. So close.
Well, you don't
But
see the bobbing torch on the ground behind in the direction, but you do kind of catch glimpses of the creature that is holding you. Luckily, the DC is very low since you're being held by it.
Luckily, the DC is very low.
DC was 3, guy. Man.
It was 3. So you do see that this is a feathered bird. Decently large talons, large beak. Give me a history check.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, from where you're from, you guys have dealt with rocks before,
Oh.
so you understand what this bird is. But looking at it, kind of, this isn't a fully grown one. This is probably what would be considered a juvenile rock. But you do know you're in a bit of a precarious situation.
Right.
feel like
You are
Juvenile
not
Rock
a
is-
Vanderhoff, my friend. Righty then. I don't think this thing is related to Vanderhoffs.
You know they're not.
Yes, right. So, uh... right then, I think I should probably bring it to the ground if I can.
Okay.
I'm going to try to stab at it and use Booming Blade.
All right, go for it.
Alright, here we go. Wait, would I be able to have my pike equipped, or is that too large right now?
That's too large.
Alright, got it.
Remember,
Then
you were
I'm
pretending to be a pig.
Yep. Then I shall use Quarterstaff.
You have disadvantage on this attack because you are restrained.
Ooh, I think that already misses.
Well, let's see if you get in that one.
Darn.
Okay, so you try to reach out with the quarterstaff, but the rock, noticing you squirming, looking down and seeing that, oh, you're not a pig, kind of like shakes its talons a little bit as you go to swing, causing you to miss. Luckily, you hold on to your quarterstaff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Don't do me a favor and don't do that, and let me hit you.
All right. So, ending that turn, Nyx and Fez, you guys see as all of a sudden the bird seems to be slowing down and it banks hard to the right. Go ahead and give me perception checks between the two of you.
$22. Thank fucking Christ.
Well, with you being in the lead, you're able to keep an eye on it. Luckily, there's being a small opening in the trees as it starts to make this turn, and you're trying to go in a diagonal to cut it off. You guys continue on the chase. Malcolm, pretty much trying to. No, Malcolm, give me a survival check. Since you no longer have the wolf guiding you,
Yeah.
you are now trying to guide yourself as Nyx and Onyx are way too far out in front of you. So now,
Listen for the ass cheeks clapping in the wind.
so Malcolm, you're kind of just running in a direction, following the hoof prints of Onyx, and you're kind of just running in that direction. And you don't realize that the hoof prints have stopped and turned in a direction, but you're continuing on. Okay, so Fez sees the footprints change direction. Fez has got to make a split decision on whether or not to go after the bouncing ball of torchlight or to follow the hoof prints. I'm gonna let Tamberley decide that one.
All the footprints.
Okay, so you guys veer off and following the hoof prints behind Nyx and Onyx.
Can I whistle really loud?
Yeah. So you go ahead and give a shrill whistle. Malcolm, give me a... Yep, there you go. Okay, it's loud enough. Luckily, the forest is quiet, so you were able to hear a loud whistle behind you. A Tamberley whistle that you would know. What would you like to do?
How far behind me are they?
Currently, at this exact moment, that
We're
would
ahead of
be...
you. We're going the right direction.
The distance between you and them is currently about 60 feet.
And it's dark as shit,
Correct.
and I'm ruining my night vision with a torch,
Yes.
Yeah.
and I'm running at a full sprint.
Yes.
So if I looked over my shoulder to see where the whistle came from, I wouldn't see them at all, and I'd just assume that they were trying to, like, tell me that they were trying to catch up, so I'd probably wait.
Okay, so you're skidding to a stop.
And I'll stand there.
All right. So we'll say at the end of next turn, we'll give you an intelligence check, see if you decide, oh, maybe they meant for me to follow. All right. Another turn goes. Nyx and Fez, perception checks. $16 for Fez, because he currently does not have the shield equipped, which gives him advantage.
Would he get keen senses because he's a wolf?
That's for hearing and smell. This is for sight.
Meanwhile, Nyx is riding that hunter's mark hard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you are.
He's surfing on top of Onyx. He's not saddled. He's just side surfing. Okay, so it's still enough for you guys to continue on in the right track, going in a diagonal pattern to hopefully make up some lost ground as the juvenile rock is continuing on. Well, that would bring us back to... So it's another 240 feet of movement from the rock. Malcolm, end of your turn. No one's come to you. No one's approached. Just the sounds of forest. Like, ambient life starting to get a little bit louder. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check. Okay. That's enough for you to be like, maybe I should go in that direction. Maybe they found something.
I'm gonna start going in the direction that I heard the whistle come from.
So not directly behind you, but kind of off at a diagonal distance, you start heading out.
Yep.
There he is.
All right. Halvard? Is there anything you'd like to do on your turn? Hey, Fez.
How you doing?
Morning.
Evening.
Halvard? Are you muted?
You fall asleep, cradled in
I
the
just
arm.
realized. So, I would like to go with I'm gonna go with another attack since I want to get this thing to stop moving, and my best option right now is Booming Blade for that, unless I want to risk, hurting myself with a fireball, or I don't even want to think about what would happen with Flaming Sphere, so
All right. So give us another booming blade attack.
Incidentally, Flaming Sphere would immediately fall to the ground, so good call.
yeah. Alright, is this with disadvantage again?
Yeah. Because you are grappled and restrained.
13?
13 is just enough to hit.
Alright. So it takes let's see, I don't have a shield, so I'm probably two-handing this. Bludgeoning is this damage. So that's 7 plus another d8 of thunder damage. That was not the correct damage. Or that's if it moves, the second one.
The 2d8.
Yeah, the 13 is if it
So
moves.
it's
The 5
on
isn't
this
right
initial
now.
strike, they're taking 12 points, 7
Yeah.
bludgeoning and 5
Yeah,
thunder.
I was referencing the 2d8 as in movement damage.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Roger that. It's 12 damage up front.
Stop! Now! Let me down!
Okay. Unfortunately, it's not enough damage for them to immediately drop you.
Mhm.
But on their next turn, the booming blade does go off.
Alright.
So it takes a combined total of 25 points of damage. And it's going to drop you.
Oh shit!
Now, you did not have an open action to have your boots ready.
Ooh, right. That.
Gravity, the bane of infinity.
Luckily, you're 75 feet up and you drop 60 feet per round.
Luckily.
Luckily. Yes.
So,
Not gonna lie, that's very generous.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
you're not doing a straight drop since there was already momentum going. You're sort of going at an arc, which delays your hang time a bit.
Mhm.
So, that's going to bring us back into initiative order with the direction that you guys have taken. Give me one moment to pull up the right map.
So I didn't think that I didn't think I was going to be able to play Barbie detective today.
Oh, we're glad we could help.
No joke, by the way. That was a PC Barbie game that did include a horse chase to try to catch the criminal of that game. And yes, I did play it.
Good for you.
It's like I would like to say that, compare this, like something like like an action movie chase scene, but nobody is in a car or a motorcycle.
I mean, you'd be closest on your horse.
Do not please mind the sperm-looking lake and river. So, Halvard, you get dropped into this opened clearing of what seems to be a very heavily logged portion of the forest.
Mhm.
You still got a turn. Well, you got a split second at the top of your turn before you impact the ground.
Yep.
So rock drops you. So Fez is currently still wolf. And Tamberley on top. You guys are in hot pursuit currently from this location specifically. You guys are about 3 turns out. Nyx, you're 1 turn out. Malcolm, you're 4 turns out.
Okay.
So on the turns that I told you, you guys at the end of that turn from now will be when you guys are showing up. And that's using full movement and dashes available. So, however, go ahead and drag yourself out onto the field.
All right. Right here, I guess. But there. All right.
So currently you are the only one here at the top of your turn. You're still in free fall.
Would using levitate now be enough to stop me, or
Your momentum will
without?
continue on.
Right. So I'm going to bonus action Misty Step up 60 feet and then use my boots of levitation.
Okay. It's enough to change your momentum enough to stop you in your place. So you're currently 75 feet up again.
Mhm.
And are currently levitating. Would you like to move?
Yeah. I'll start like lowering myself 20 feet.
Straight down?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So you
He
are now
has no choice.
you are yeah. You are 55 feet up in the air currently right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That brings us to Nyx. At the end of this turn, you would be arriving in this rough area. Go ahead and drag yourself in.
You could put him in a more precise location.
That is the corner that bottom left is where you guys are going to be coming in from.
Okay. I didn't see the original pin mark.
It's all good. All right. So at the end of your turn with full movement from Onyx, it gets you right there. Bringing us to Fez. So Fez and Tamberley. This is your first turn. Moving in, and that brings us to the Rock. Not Dwayne Johnson. And it dropped you halfway through its movement, so it continued on for another 120 feet. And is making a wide turn to come back around, using all 240 of its feet to get back here.
What a bird.
Yeah, rocks are usually gargantuan, but this one's a juvenile, so it is only a huge.
Ooh. Big boy. Or small big boy, but
Yeah.
still big boy.
All right, so ending Rock's turn. Malcolm, another turn of yours in this general direction,
Yep, yep, yep.
and then brings us back down to Halvard.
All right,
55
going
feet up in
down.
the air.
Yeah, going down another 20 feet. So I'm down
35.
35. Yep. Then I'm going to go ahead and shoot a chromatic orb at it. Fire damage.
Okay, what's the range on that?
60. Wait, no. 90 feet.
Yeah, you should be good.
All right, here we go. Hey.
That does hit.
All right. Damage. Fire. Pretty good damage.
17 points of fire damage.
Mhm.
Roger that. All right, that ends your turn there.
Yep.
Okie dokie. End of Halvard's turn. Nyx, you're up.
Part of me wants to curse this session by just going, "Baby rock."
And then it summons its mother, Rock.
No, please. And then Daddy Rock.
Why are you doing this to us?
Daddy Rock's name is Dwayne.
Oh,
Mm.
good. We're all the way to the
his mother was a former rockette.
So, Nyx.
But like I guess like is any part of this like difficult terrain or
No.
or otherwise like
Nope, it's all hard compacted soil.
okay. Let's see here. So with Onyx's normal movement, Nyx finally catches up to Halvard.
Oh, hey, Nix, what's up?
Seriously.
Turns out the thing was a rock. Not the pebble kind, but the bird kind.
Well, we're kind of shouting, but
Yeah.
because you're still like several feet up in the
Sorry,
air.
give me a second.
But,
Not the pebble kind, but the bird kind.
how high is it at this point?
It's 75 feet up in the air.
Okay. You know what? Since I don't know necessarily like what its next action is going to be, although Halvard did just attack it with a noticeable fire thing. So I think for right now, Mithranix is going to hold an action to throw a javelin if it comes closer in an attempt to attack Halvard.
All right.
And that'll be it for now.
Okay. So ending that brings us to Fez. Fez and Tamberlane, that's another turn that you guys are closer. So at the end of next turn, you guys will be on the map.
So I'm dashing, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy, you guys ran far.
Yeah. Nyx was moving 120 feet per turn. You can move 80.
Yep,
So-
and I was a wolf form to make sure I actually smell. So, alright.
So there was a couple turns where he was able to pull away. Okie dokie. So after Fez comes the rock. All right. So the rock ends up swooping down towards you guys. If you want to get that javelin off, you can.
Wait. I was a dire wolf, so I was moving dash speed 100 feet a second. Or
You
100 feet.
aren't able to turn into a tire wolf.
You're just a regular wolf.
You sure? 'Cause challenge rating 1. Or is that too
You're
high?
thinking of a moon druid.
Right.
Yeah, we had that discussion, and you had to go down to a wolf.
Alright then.
And I'm gonna knock on the extra d6 from Hunter's Mark. So that'll be a total of
12 damage.
I think that's a 5, 12 piercing damage.
All right. The attack was a little bit easier to do because the rock is not going for Halberd.
Oh.
What's Onyx's AC?
Onyx. I think off the top of my head, it might be a 13 for a warhorse, but it could be lower.
I think it's either 13 or 14, but either way, it's a 19 to hit.
Yeah, that'll 100% hit him.
All right. I believe Onyx is going to poof here in a second. So that is...
I think warhorses have a total of 19 hit points, if I'm remembering correctly, but I could be wrong.
That is...
Yep, 19 hit points.
26 hit
average.
points.
Yep, so it would poof.
Okay. Seeing the larger horse and a meatier meal, it has gone after Onyx. Being able to clasp onto the head and hind of it, poofing, and we're actually going to see... Make an acrobatics check, Nyx. To see if you can kind of like skinny yourself between the two talons.
'Cause this is my favorite kind of skill.
Likely just got to be a 10. As the horse poofs beneath your feet, and you kind of land down to the ground, superhero pose, as the rock then picks up and takes after behind you. So... Ending its turn there, but higher up in the air now. It's about 90 feet up.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, it came down for a swoop, so it's got to cut up and turn around. You know, it's big, so it takes big turns. All right, that's gonna end its turn. Malcolm, another turn of yours goes by as you are huffing and puffing and the general direction of now the noise that's being created.
Yep.
Bringing us next to Halvard.
All right. So, how far away is it from me?
From you currently,
Yeah.
it's 50 feet straight, 90 feet up, so you're looking at 140 feet esque.
All right. Let's see. I'll stick to where I am. Maybe drop. I'll drop 5 more feet. Just in case. But otherwise, I'm going to too far away for chromatic orb. So
I think maybe you're the best blast. I think the furthest blast you have is unfortunately fireball.
would magic
It
missile
is
reach?
just magic missile only has a 120-foot.
True. Yeah. All right. Well, time to paint a target on my back. I'm going to fireball it.
Hold on, I'm doing the math right now. Yeah, it's just gonna be just out of range, so fireball is your best bet.
All right.
Okay, so
Here we go.
Here we go. Dex save. That is a natural 19 dex save.
Yep. That makes so it takes half damage. And damage for fireball is not a lot.
So 21 halved to 11.
But if anybody had any doubts where it was from a distance,
I think that will give them the slightest amount of hints.
Yeah, all of a sudden, this giant fireball erupts in the sky. Malcolm, you're kind of like, oh, and slightly turn your course a little bit. In your head, thinking, yeah, that would have been nice sooner.
Well, I'm sorry if the first smaller ball of fire didn't tip you off.
No.
Trees are in the way. It is just an orb, by the way. Come on.
True.
Okay, so you ending your turn, you coming down another 20 feet?
I'll drop another like 15. Yeah, I'll drop the whole 20 feet of that turn.
Okay, so you are 15 feet in the air now.
Yeah.
Roger that. Ending Halvard's turn. Nyx, you're up.
okay. This is a tough one. So like yeah, so about 90 feet in the air.
Yeah, for you, is about 120 feet away.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Would it be an action to check to see if like that fireball might incur it to come back around?
Well, it was already in the trajectory of coming back around.
Okay.
So if anything, that fireball might have like made it veer a little bit, but it's probably still on the attack path.
Okay. Okay, then. All right, since this is an action, I'm ideally this will have the effect that I really want, but I'm not sure if it will. I'm going to hold my action, specifically for Channel Divinity, uh, if it comes within 60 feet of my person.
Okay. All right, holding action. Fez, it brings us to you. You and Tamberlay show up. You guys can go ahead and pull yourselves in.
Okay. I think that uses up my turn with dash.
Yeah, that's the end of your turn of you guys getting in there, but you at least brought Tamberlay into the fight.
Thanks,
Tamberlay had
buddy.
to run that entire way. She would have just stayed back at the farm.
I actually thought about that anyway, dealing with that guy putting balloons on pigs.
I wonder how everyone else is doing.
Fireball off in the distance. Yeah, looks like they're doing good.
They're still alive.
All right, so that ends your turn, bringing us to the rock. He's going to make a swoop into you, Nyx.
All right, so at the exact 60-foot mark,
Okay.
I am going to use my channel divinity as he bares his palm and a sword like a blast in his direction, and I need him to make I believe it is a wisdom saving throw.
As a 16.
Right. So that will beat the better effect. But the rider effect is that even if they succeed, their movement speed is reduced to half.
Okay. So he's down to 60 feet. All right. You're the next biggest thing on the board here, so it's coming after you, Nyx.
Dude, I'm super safe then.
The safety was not the point, but
So that is going to be a 31 to hit.
a 31 does hit.
That's 20 points of slashing damage. And you are grappled and restrained.
Okie doke.
Fortunately, with your slowdown, that ends its turn there, as it's making that grab at you. Bringing us to Malcolm.
Still running.
Still running. Next turn, you will be on the board. All right, Tamberlay.
How far away is it?
From you currently,
Yeah. Yep.
45 feet.
Nice. I want to shoot it with my crossbow.
Do it.
13 to hit.
That hits.
Nice. For 8 piercing damage. I'm gonna shoot it again
Shoot him again.
for more than 13.
That hits too.
So, another 6 piercing damage.
All right.
And that is my
Into the
turn since
side
I'm
of
on
the
the
bird.
back of a wolf.
Good doggy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that brings us to Halberd.
All right. It would be really bad if it started flying away with Nyx.
Oh, don't worry, he's not doing it. At least not without having to do something else first.
Well, I guess if Nick, you see, I'm not confident in that. I don't know. I'm just going
Yeah,
to
do what you think Halver would do.
Yeah. What Halberd
I mean,
would do.
maybe don't lean too hard into what Halver would do.
Yeah.
No, you got to be exactly like Halberd.
All right, sure. We're going to Misty Step right on top of the rock, if that's possible.
Yeah, you can do that.
Let's see. Could I do it in a position where it's flanking?
No, because
No. All right.
because Nyx is grappled and restrained, so he's not a threat to the rock.
All right. So then I'm going to.
Like technically, you're right above it right now. It's just
Yeah,
for visual purposes.
got it. I'm going to whack it with my thunder stick, otherwise known as my quarterstaff.
All right, go ahead and give it a whack whack.
That is an 11.
That misses.
Ah, shame.
Sometimes your
I-
stick's just not up for the game. Got to give yourself a good prep talk.
Yep. Got to make sure I don't underperform.
All right, but you are directly above the bird.
Cool.
All right, ending Howard's turn. Nyx, you are up.
All right. So, it's in a fashion somewhat similar to Halvard, Nyx, as his bonus action, is going to mist out of the talons in a black smoke and then reappear just basically like right around where he was, but not in the talons anymore.
Okay.
So, incidentally, would this now count as flanking?
Technically no, for this bird.
All right, so it's never going to be a yes answer no matter what. Okay.
If there's multiple people, because it's a huge creature, it doesn't really. Since its size is so large, you guys would have to have multiple people giving a flanking bonus, like trying to split its decision making amongst multiple people to make it work. So 3 people, you're looking at, yeah, you'd get advantage.
So more like in a different game, I mean, where we do flanking based on the triangle position, sort of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Larger the creature, the more threats are needed to give flanking.
Good to know for the future of this game. Then I'm going to, since there's really nothing else to do, I'm just going to pull out sword and whack with sword.
Sword, whack, whack, sword.
Oh, I do need to do one thing that one kind of important thing. All right, so I don't have Hunter's Mark.
Right.
And then, yeah, now I'll go for a whack. So that needed to be established first.
Yep.
First attack misses, obviously, but 17
Does hit.
I believe still hits. And just because, kind of like going for broke on this creature, I'll go ahead and put in a level 1 Divine Smite into that.
Where's that?
And I believe rocks are monstrosities, so won't bother with the additional damage from this sword. Where are you? Yeah. So that will be a total of 12 slashing, and that's a sad smite for 6 radiant.
Still works. So a total of 18 damage overall. And that ends your turn there?
Yeah, that's action.
You got movement
And
if you want, but that's it.
Cute if you want me to move away. After the
All
last
right.
attack I took from it.
Gotcha. Okay, so ending Nyx's turn, Fez, that brings us to you. Mr. Wolfie Boy.
I'm guessing she's still on top of me.
Yeah.
Is it on the ground yet? Making sure.
It's currently 10 feet in the air.
Okay. So if I'm about medium sized, if she stands on top, can she swing and hit it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Works for me.
This way, Temple is within striking distance, right? The wolf of the thing.
Let me see. Yeah.
All right. I can't attack it because it's too high. End my turn.
You could take the dodge action, considering.
True. Dodge action. How would that work with Temple on top of me?
You'd have to try and find out.
Oh god.
I mean, you're
Temple,
doing
I'm
nothing
sorry
else
if you
with your
fall.
action, so.
And then dodge action. Temple, I'm sorry if you fall.
I understand.
Yeah, I can't cast spells. I can't do anything else. Yeah. End my turn.
Okay. The channel divinity is no longer on it because it took damage.
Yeah, that is correct.
Okay, I just needed to know that. As it is its turn, it's going to make an attack at Halvard.
All right.
It is a 25 to hit.
That hits.
$24 points of damage.
Oh.
Slashing.
Mm-hmm.
You are grappled and restrained. Tamberlay and Nyx, you guys will get opportunity attacks as it's going straight up.
Do we get flanking because there's 3 of us on it?
No, because unfortunately, he just restrained and grappled Halvard. So
And Fez is in melee.
I think I hit it with a 23.
You do.
Ugh. For 4 points of slashing damage.
Unfortunately, Nyx, you missed. Alright. So, with that, the bird takes off straight up 120 feet. So it is now 130 feet up.
There he goes again.
Gonna end its
Bingo!
Malcolm, at the end of your turn, you show up, so go ahead and drag yourself in.
Welcome to the party.
The end of your turn, you catch yourself right about there as you see off in the distance a lot of movement and then this giant bird thing fly up into the sky. Okay, that brings us to Tamberlay.
I will attempt to shoot it again. Twice.
It's 120 feet. I think we're at disadvantage for your crossbow now.
Yep, it is.
130 feet, my bad.
Oh man. I mean, a 16 to hit, but it could have been a natural 20.
It does hit.
Ugh. For 7 piercing, and then I'll do it again. Nope, and I miss.
And the
With a
second
10.
one goes wide. Alright.
Did my best.
Staying on top of Fez, right?
Yes.
Okie dokie. In Tamberlay, Halvard, you're up.
All right. Let's see. You know, Halper's really kind of hurt. Oh wait, I need to see if I have concentration on levitation, right? I need to roll for that. Let's
Uh,
see.
Your boots automatically cover that, but once you land, which technically you're landed, being
Aha.
grappled and restrained, it ends.
Right. So, I guess the words Halvard is looking for is YOLO, as he's going to Misty Step out of the grasp into free fall.
Okay, 30 feet down.
Yep.
All right, so you're 100 feet
And
up.
he's going to racial ability use blur as an action.
Okay. Blurred Halvard in freefall. Ending Halvard's turn brings us to Nyx.
So you said that they're in total about 130 feet in the air?
Well, Halvard's 100, the bird's 130.
Okay. So since Mithranix has no options to go that high, uh, he's just going to take some time to uh, give himself a bit of his lay on hands, because he did take a fair chunk from those talons.
Roger that.
Yeah, so I'm gonna dip. No, I'll just go ahead and make it an even 20. So that's his action, and doesn't really have anything else to do, and doesn't know what this creature is going to be doing next. So I think he kind of has no choice but to end his turn here.
Okay.
I guess maybe, yeah, that was his action, so he can't really do anything in preparation for whatever else comes next.
Roger that. So holding action down there, ending Nyx's turn. Fez.
Still out of reach.
It's 130 feet up in the air, so yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just a tiny smidge.
Dodge action.
Okay. Tamberley, you're still a wolf, right?
Yeah.
All right. At the end of Fez's turn, the rock is going to full sprint 240 feet.
Where was that?
As you guys, those that can see it, watch as the large bird, bleeding in many different areas, takes off into the distance before shortly going out of sight. Bring us directly to Malcolm. You see everyone off on the other side of this little lake that you're next to, and you're just like, oh, hi guys.
Malcolm?
Sorry, my mic was muted. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna try and catch up with the group. 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. 65, 60, 65, 70, 75. All my stuff, 75 feet puts me right there in between these two gentlemen. And
Well,
panting.
maybe not between, because one of them is currently like what, 90 feet in the air? 100?
Oh, yeah. Well,
We'll be coming down if I can get my boots of levitation running.
I'll run up to Nick's. And because it's dark and I'm probably still having trouble seeing things, being like, pantingly, like, where's Halvard?
Well, before we get to that, as you made your way around the lake,
Uh-oh.
Oh, by the way, for what it's
Uh-oh.
worth, did we see what direction the rock actually went in? As it was flying away?
yeah, from map standpoint, you went northwards.
Okay.
Those look like Vanderhobbs.
We're fucked.
Being attracted by the sounds of the fight, slinking their way out of the waters. Unfortunately, Malcolm having terrible vision at night, not able to see them as they had moved through. Plus, they also get stealth advantages in dim and darkness. They were starting to do a flanking motion as Malcolm started to run past. So they're both going to get attacks at you, Malcolm.
Of course.
You know those things that we're not supposed to fight at night.
First one's a 17.
That's a hit.
Okay. So you take half of this damage. So you take 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And you are grappled and restrained
Okay.
as it reaches out and bites you. Okay. So you like, where is as this giant mouthed toad creature reaches out, bites you, grabs you, and holds you there. But you would still have your action by this time. Action and bonus action, actually.
Well. Then I'm grappled, you said?
Yes, grappled and restrained.
Okay. I mean, I guess I could try and attack it.
Okay. You have disadvantage, but you still can.
Mm-hmm. I probably wouldn't have had my rapier out. So being grappled, I would say I'd probably try and use my dagger.
Okay. You do have the
Sounds
torch in one
logical.
hand, for sure.
Yeah, so.
Alright, go for it.
Oh, at disadvantage, that's right.
Still hits.
Cool. Just the 5.
Yeah. 5 points of damage.
And then bonus action, I guess I'd stab it again. Do I get to do that? Yeah, 2-weapon fighting. No?
You would need a secondary weapon, so you'd use your improvised weapon of torch.
Sure. Would that be an unarmed strike?
It's improvised weapon, so I think it takes...
So it would probably be,
It's just
you
your
would use your
dex.
strength modifier
yes.
and,
Oh, so if I
He
hit it,
gets-
it's going to gain health. My strength modifier is -1, so.
but if it's an improvised weapon,
Hit
Valak can't
advantage.
decide if it has a die value
You know what?
based on the size.
I'm not gonna. I'm not
It'll just
even gonna
be a D4.
improvise it. I'm just gonna. I'm not even gonna improvise it. It's fine. I would have stabbed it with my dagger, and probably dropped the torch as a bonus action.
Okay. All right, ending Malcolm's turn. Tamperley.
And we see all of this.
Now that you heard the noise and you guys have looked around, he dropped the torch, so the torch is lighting up the area currently around him. So you would see.
All right. Well, shit. I think he found the Vanderhobbs. Unfortunately, it's night time, but I will do my best to shoot them or shoot that one closest.
Roger that.
With the 23 to hit
That hits.
for 7 piercing damage. And hit it again, hopefully, for a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Ugh, for 5 piercing damage.
All right. 2 arrows thunk into the side of the Vanderhob.
Does it look like it's doing damage? Like it's hurt?
Yeah, it's still doing damage.
Okay.
All right. So, you staying on, Fez?
Mm-hmm. For now.
Okay. So,
So I can't get close enough anyway.
gotcha. End of Tamberlay's turn. The Vanderhob that is currently latched onto Malcolm. Disappears from most of your sights in a puff of smoke. Only Nyx and Fez able to see it reappear about 30 feet away. Malcolm does a 17 hit.
Yep.
Okay, you are swallowed.
Dope.
So you don't take any immediate damage, but you are now inside Zabantahab.
Dope.
Yummy, yummy, yummy. Inside its tummy. Okay. With that, it is going to... jump into the water. All right. Ending that round's turn. Halvard, you're up.
All right.
60 feet down, so now you are 30 feet from the floor.
I'm going to use my boots to make sure I don't, go kerplat.
Okay.
And let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna continue moving down until I'm back on the ground. That's all I can really do right now.
So 20 more feet of movement, so you're 10 feet above.
Yep.
Okay. Ending Halvard's turn brings us to the second Bantahab.
Well, hello.
Oh.
It is considered a large creature, so it is tall enough to meet the 10-foot requirement, since you came down a little bit.
Albert, you made a friend.
Oh.
Mm.
Hi there.
Going to make a bite attack. That is a 16 to hit.
Sure. Why not?
Okay, you are grappled and restrained.
All right.
And you take 13 points of piercing damage.
Ah, I am unconscious.
All right. Okie dokie. Unconscious Halvard. Seems to be a recurring theme.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, it's all part of my master plan.
That's what we're hoping. But that is going to end that Vanderhop's turn, bringing us to Nyx.
I feel like I've heard this song before.
It's a good song.
Well-
It's a good song.
Well, Nyx sees two problems. One of them is both too far away and underwater, so he's going to start with the nearest problem. So he'll go ahead and take his movement here and attack this creature that has a grappled and restrained halberd.
Yep, go for it.
Oh, unconscious. I forgot one adjective.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just more understood now.
It was implied.
First strike. What is with 9 today? This is the third 9.
That's it saying no. 9!
10 isn't better.
It said, well, you
Maybe
bitched about
beyond.
9, so here. Unfortunately, the blade is just sliding off its slimy exterior, not making any register hit.
All right, I see how it is, D&D Beyond. I'll get my revenge somehow. That's all Nyx can do.
He's like, yeah, remember that attack a couple sessions ago where you got the nat 20? Yeah, this is us getting back. Alright, ending Nyx's turn brings us to Fez.
Let's get him, Fez.
I'm gonna drop Wolf. Is that like a free action if I drop out of shapeshift?
It is a bonus action.
Great.
So now we have a halfling riding a goblin.
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, they're small enough that when he changes from a medium to his small size, they don't land on top of each other.
This is a piggyback ride at this point.
Shoulder sitting.
We make one whole person. Human-sized.
All we need is for one of them to wear a trench coat.
Yep, I was just about to say that.
We'll work on that if we can make it out of here.
Alright, I will use... I can't do shit. Five, 10, 15, 20. Cure wounds level 2 on Halvard.
Because that's where his little spot is, but he's currently in the same space as the Bannerhop because he's in the Bannerhop's mouth.
Oh, he's in the mouth.
Yeah, it's a bite attack, which grapples. And the Bannerhop's 10 feet tall.
So I can't reach him then.
You could get up to him and do a little hop, jump, slap an ankle as it's dangling out the mouth. But you would need to basically inhabit the same space as his token is right now.
Yeah, alright. Roll for heal. What did I get? 10? There we go. 10 hit points.
10 points of
Hey.
healing as you wake up in the mouth of this toad-like creature.
Well, this is less than pleasant.
Large
I'm just
frog
statement.
tongue slowly licking you from the inside.
Enjoy it. Alright. End my turn.
All right. Ending Fez's turn
There's the
brings
ghost of at the backseat, just loving all of this.
us. End of Fez's turn brings us to Malcolm.
Well,
You're not dead yet.
I guess I'm gonna try and stab it. Do I take any acid damage in the very beginning of my turn?
No, you take it at the start of Vanderhop's turn.
Oh, cool. At least I've got time.
It's like, you got time.
Yeah, I'll try and stab it with my dagger.
Regurgitate you.
All right, go for it. You are blinded and restrained.
Oh.
You drop the dagger.
Ah, cool.
It is
I
now in that juicy acid around your feet somewhere.
I will try and use my other dagger.
Okay, go for it.
I'm gonna do it again, aren't I?
It does hit.
Oh, cool.
I mean, hey, like, you know what, though? Like, when that dagger eventually tries to pass,
Do I get sneak attack?
Not quite. It knows exactly where you're at. Lowers the
Surprise.
AC.
I should have used the hide action.
Nah, it thinks it's I'm in its intestines, but I'm actually in its liver.
Joke's on you, I'm in your colon. Oh my god.
And you're a naughty frog, because it's quite spacious in here. Alright, so 5 points of damage.
That's my turn.
Alright.
Yeah. Guys, don't worry, we've got a man on the inside.
Eddie Malcolm's
Don't
turn
worry, Halvard will be following you.
brings us to Tamberley.
All right. I will run up to flank this mofo, and I will rage,
Rawr!
and then I
Tamberlay's
will.
been waiting very patiently for this all session.
I actually have. I have seen Halvard kill my pig, make a mess of the town, and I have not said anything yet. It is about fucking time.
She represses everything, so that way the rage is that much more meaningful.
It does, actually. So 20 to hit
That hits.
for 9 slashing damage because of my rage damage.
Yep.
And it needs to do a dexterity saving throw, please.
Dex save of... Where's its dex? It is only a 10.
All right. Oh, nice. Okay. Blah, 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 blah.
Don't sound so surprised.
I mean, the DC's a 14, so yeah, I'm surprised. For 4 lightning damage,
Alright.
and then I will hit it again
You do that.
for another 18 to hit.
Well, it'll be 20 because you have advantage. But that does it.
Oh no, it was a 14 and an 18 to hit. That was an advantage, and then 10 more slashing damage. Ah!
Alright. Slash, slash with the great axe. It's making some pretty nice wounds across it.
That is my turn.
Alright. Ending Taberlay's turn. Brings us to Zabandahar. Top of the round. You take... Or top of its turn, sorry. You take 12 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh.
Malcolm.
Oh.
Yeah, these
Okay.
things don't do these things don't have acid stomachs.
Yeah, I'm deducing.
Hence why you couldn't find your dagger. It's not like it's clear, you know, a semi-clear folic acid in the stomach or something like that. This is just like black tar.
Heroin.
If only it was as good. This is just 3d6 of necrotic damage. Black tar heroin is more like 10d6.
God, can't even give me the good stuff.
Yeah, I know. But you feel as it swims around through the water, potentially getting further and further away from your group. Should be fun. End of that turn. Halvard, you're up.
Yeah, sorry, had to burn my horse on Halvard. On Halvard.
Right. So for Halvard, Halvard has an idea. Guys, this might sound crazy, but let him swallow me, or them.
Well, that is entirely up to you.
Okay, so dying
Okay.
one. Got it.
Well, Halbert's prepping his next character.
I guess so.
No. All right. So.
Hey guys, how do you feel about an artificer joining?
No, you see, Halvard's thinking is this.
It's usually wrong.
You see, if I let them swallow me, they'll take me to wherever Malcolm is, and I can save him.
Sure.
Oh God. Oh God.
You think you're gonna survive till then? You have no own healing spells.
There.
Every 6 seconds, you're gonna take 3d6 necrotic damage.
Does Halbert think that if one of the frog
I'm
things swallows
immune
him,
to
that we're just
necrotic,
gonna
though.
teleport?
It still bites you.
Fair. Well, I guess.
But Halbert doesn't know that there's
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't know it's necrotic damage in the stomach.
no.
True.
If you're on the same thinking level as Malcolm, you're expecting acid damage.
Yep.
True. Right. So then Halvard will not do that. Sadly, only one new character shall be rolled today.
Still
Instead, he's still going to do a Halvard thing, because I'm not sure if he knows literally everyone is right outside.
Well, you're not in the mouth yet. Like in the stomach. You're in the mouth, so you can see people around you.
I want you to imagine, like, as though, like, a lickitung has decided to wrap its tongue around you and is thinking about taking you the rest of the way.
Right. So, question.
You're on the second bite from the owl from the Tootsie Pop commercials.
So, how would Fireball work in terms of how it appears?
What do you mean how it appears?
Like, if I were to attempt to Fireball the inside of the mouth of the Banderhog.
Fireball doesn't care about cover.
It wraps around corners. That is the reason why it's a great blast spell for level 3.
Got it.
Because most blast spells with a radius, like, they actually get blocked as you draw the line from the center to the exterior.
Yeah, since it's a magical fireball created, it just expands out. You can't. There is no blocking it. The only way you can is if you're that one type of wizard that can sculpt who you want to get hit.
So, we are instead going to go with a chromatic orb at 3rd level.
Okay. You are grappled and restrained, so attacks still have disadvantage.
Alright.
And it's a ranged attack anyway, and this is basically a melee move, so you're still going to have disadvantage.
19. Nice. I'm going to be applying thunder damage, or lightning damage.
Lightning, okay.
Unlimited power! Oh dang, that was actually a really good roll.
Yeah, it rocks through the Banderhog
Wow.
pretty heavily. It's still standing, but it's looking pretty hurt.
Aha! Feel my electric, I was gonna say blade, but it's not really a blade.
Wrath?
Yes, wrath!
Is this Halvard saying that he's Pikachu?
Pretty much. All right,
Not a rat.
that ends your turn.
Yes, I don't have anything else I can do.
Okay. Eddie Hubbard's turn brings us up to Zabandahobs, who is going to bite down on Halvard for a 23 to hit.
That hits.
He's already got your grapple and restrain, so it's not half damage, it's full damage this time.
Ooh.
Bye.
You could just go ahead and set your hit points to 0.
27 piercing damage.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Ouch.
What was that you were saying about only one new character?
And you get swallowed.
Oh, look. At least I'm still conscious in its stomach.
For now.
Hey. You shut your pretty little mouth.
Okay. With that, attacks of opportunities from everybody as it's going to move away. Actually, everyone except Tamberlay.
Except me.
Okay, so it's like wrapping around Tamberlay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So Nyx and Fez can get opportunity attacks. That hits.
Is it still at a flanking position while doing it, or just a straight roll?
Yeah, you'd have flanking.
Okay.
You get it.
Yep.
Now the rolls are better.
So close.
$13 slashing.
So 19 altogether.
Is it looking real bad?
Yep.
Good.
But that's going to end its turn, bringing us to Nyx.
All right. So of course now that I've burned the advantage roll and opportunity attack, it's going to go straight back to 9. Like, just y'all wait.
Or 10.
There we go. I'll go ahead and at least move to something that somebody could take advantage of. And going to try swinging again.
Go for it. That hits.
For 14 slashing.
As you reach out and swing with your longsword and get a nice chunk of the Vanderhob, all of a sudden it goes and just shoots an unconscious Halvard into your face. As you kind of like let go of your sword, catch and like fling Halvard off to the side. By the time you look back, your sword just sits in a pile of black goop.
Ooh.
This is not acid. Just looking at it. And you are accurate, by the way. He would have definitely thrown Halvard as he was spat out.
I thought you would have just dodged out of the way and don't let it
No.
touch you.
The important thing was that Midranix made a point known, even if he was unconscious at the time. He'll
So-
feel it on the inside.
That Vanderhob has been dispatched.
And just in case nobody else was aware, just like he's going to point out toward the water, the other one jumped in there and swam that way. And he used his full movement to get there, and that was his action, so that's all he can do.
Alright. Ending Nyx's turn brings us to Fez.
Five, 10, 15, 20. Kick Cure Wounds level 1.
Little soccer inside pass kick to the back of the head.
Nyx throws him to the ground. Fez kicks him.
What did I do?
You were eaten and unconscious again.
So 6 points to you.
Yeah. Oh God.
Covered in what looks like black tar.
I kind of wipe my shoe on the ground and I kind of walk away afterwards.
It is so gross.
What is this?
Smells like axe mixed with patchouli.
It's best
Ugh.
not to know. So, into the water, yes?
Then it's Fez's turn. It brings us to Malcolm.
Oh,
I'm still inside of it.
yeah, you are.
I have one dagger.
Your sword.
I don't think I'd be able to use my sword inside of it because of how tight of the area
Yeah,
is.
you're
So
looking at
logically,
It'd be definitely hard to pull it out.
yeah, I wouldn't. And especially since it's a rapier, it's more of a stabby weapon. It's like a
Yeah.
piercy weapon than a dagger, which you can actually slash with.
So,
So
Even though D&D doesn't let you choose to have it be slashing. But it's whatever.
that does hit.
oh really?
The AC is lower on the inside.
Oh, that's impressive.
Like you said, you're the man on the inside, taking him out from the inside.
And that's all I can do because I got the one dagger.
I mean, hey, that
One
was like
open
max
at a
damage
time.
for a dagger. That's
I know.
not unimpressive.
I know. Because my unarmed strike damage is 0.
You, instead of like slashing or anything with the dagger, you kind of like put the point of it up against the wall and just like hammer the back of the dagger in.
Pelvic thrust it right into the lining.
Yep. All right. Timberlake.
I will. Full movement and dash. A total of 70 feet.
I was about to say 40.
No, I have 35 movement speed now.
That's 30 feet to the edge of the pond.
I will go around the pond and follow the stream.
Make a perception check first.
I can't see anything. Are you kidding me?
Still, I'll just raise the DC on it.
It's yeah.
Maybe
it's
you
not
hear
good.
some splishy splash.
Oh, it was almost a natural 20, but nope, it's a 14.
Still easy enough for you to see. Yes, the lake continues into a river that runs further into this little forest. But you can also tell that the pond itself seems to be very deep at some points.
Okay.
So you're not sure if they swam upriver or if they swam down.
Oh, well, I will make my way
Make them all way.
over here.
Like I said, where you were at was 30 feet, so you can use the rest of your movement how you'd like.
Well, I mean, that's 35. That's my movement.
Yep.
Gosh. I don't know if I can swim down there and do anything. That's the thing. I will hold my action. I will hold an attack action just in case. And wait for the rest of everybody to get there to find out what we do.
Okay. And to Timberlake's turn. Ooh. 14 points of necrotic damage to you.
I'm out.
Malcolm is unconscious. Alright. End of that Bander Hobby's turn brings us to Halvard. You're currently prone.
I stand up
Right.
and I'll yell thanks to both Fez and Madronix as I'm going to sprint over to the pond.
Okay, so you got what, 15 feet?
Yep.
So you got 10 more feet after that.
I'm going to buddy up with Tamberlay over here and just hop right over here.
You just see her angrily gripping her great axe. staring into the water.
See anything?
No, that's the problem.
Okay, ending Halvard's turn brings us to Nyx.
Okay. This is fun. The Mithranix is going to dash himself in order to even reach it. And
Just cut your losses, guys. Follow what the thing on the paper said. Don't fight him at night.
I'd like to point out that we needed to kill it, so
Yeah, I know, but problem is like, how are we gonna get to it?
I think because I dashed, I can't attempt to make my own perception to see if I could maybe actually see where it is, but
Oh, the perception
so
check was only to see if they noticed the depthness of the pond. Either way, it's been a few turns. You're not going to be able to see a creature in either direction. So this is more of a, well, what are you guys deciding situation.
Hmm.
The only person that has possibility of perceiving stuff would be Fez.
I'm not there yet.
Nope.
And I don't have. We don't really have methods of traversing underwater if it's an underwater cave, but if it's following the river,
Mm-hmm.
still.
Nyx, make a nature check for me.
well, at least it's not a negative number. It's not a negative number, but it didn't roll high anyway.
Fortunately, you're not sure.
Definitely a pond.
Definitely H2O.
Yeah, there's not really much I can do until we have a direction.
Alright, so Nyx holding right there. Fez, you're up.
If I'm here, I'm in the water, yay or nay?
Your feet are in the water, but it's shallow.
Okay. Can I look to see if I can find them?
Give me a perception. Actually, yours is nature, so nature check.
Nature? Okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
Fortunately, though you know a lot about Hugh Reft, you don't know this place particularly. So currently, right now in this situation, it's just not coming to you what might be the best plan of action. So the choice is yours.
Are we going in? Are we staying?
I can't get in the water, or if we do, that would just lead us all to be killed. I'm thinking of at least following the river in case it's taking that path.
Well, I can lightning this on.
However, since you do have the small connection with Vanderhops, go ahead and give me a history check.
All right. History. Natural 20.
All right. You do know that Vanderhops still follow some of the rules of toads, and most toads cannot breathe underwater.
Mhm.
So you get the sense that if they did go down under the pond, all you guys would have to do is wait a little bit to see if bubbles show up, because they would need
Right.
to expel some air as they're going down. And if bubbles do show up in the next few seconds, then it's a good indication that they've gone down. If not, then they have gone through the stream.
Right, we need to wait a bit. They still need to breathe. They can't breathe underwater. So if you see bubbles, it's gone down. If we don't, it's probably followed the river.
And we wait.
Should I lightning them when we see the bubbles?
You might.
Sure.
Then I'm gonna be out of the water. I was adjust Medronics. You also step off of the water.
Are we in turn order right now, or?
Still my turn, so now I end my turn.
Okay. Ending Vez's turn brings us to Malcolm. Go ahead and give me a death save. Alright, one fail. Deberlay.
I'm still waiting to see what's happening.
Alright. Vanderhop's turn. Halvard.
Still waiting to see for bubbles.
Okay. Nyx.
All right. Nyx is going to step 5 feet away, and he's going to hold action, or excuse me, ready action. If bubbles don't appear within the next 6 seconds, he is going to use his movement to start moving down the stream.
Okay. Vez.
I'm gonna sit here and hold my turn. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's it. Dodge action.
Gotcha.
I'm waiting for it to see if I can spot bubbles from my perception. In my
Malcolm. Death save.
Yep.
Success. Deberlay.
So it's been over 6 seconds.
Yep.
Toads can hold their breaths for several minutes.
Luckily, with Halvard's knowledge of Vanderhobs, they can't hold it as long if they've had a creature swallowed.
Okay, that's good.
But we haven't seen it, so I'm going to start heading down the.
The stream.
Unless. The problem is, if they have a layer down there, because that's where they came from, I'm assuming originally, then it's probably already in its layer, so there's no bubbles to be had anyway. I really just want to go in, but I can't see. Yeah, I'm gonna take off down the river.
All right.
Actually, I want to come over here, like right about like in this area, but not in the water,
Okay.
and see how deep this stream river thing is. Like if it could be swam by something that large.
Yeah. Just reaching out with your great axe and kind of like using the handle as a depth gauge. Across-wise, it looks to be about 10 to 15 feet. Depth-wise, it looks to be about the same. And there's no real impediment. There's no rock. It's a pretty smooth bottom. So, yeah, it could easily have swam this way.
Easily. Okay, then I will run down. I'll do my full movement.
Since you're this close, go ahead and give me a nature check.
That won't do much. $17.
The stream, the river that you're currently looking at,
Uh-huh.
flows into the pond at a decently high speed.
Okay,
Not
so it is
quite
down
white,
there.
not quite whitewater rapids, but it's moving. It's got a decent current to it. It's not a slow roil.
Okay. Fez,
So-
light it up.
Point out.
Huh?
Get out of the water.
Yeah,
Get
yeah,
in the
yeah.
water.
I'm out.
Okay.
Okay. Ending Timberlake's turn brings us to the next Banderhob. Sorry, I meant the Banderhob's turn. And then to Halvard's turn.
All right. Halvard is going to follow Fez's direction, I guess, and he's going to chromatic orb lightning damage the pond.
Okay, you're just aiming for the pond.
Let's see. I'll aim a bit further up since it's presumably it's gone that direction. So like, would here be good?
No, go for the pond.
The pond? All right,
Not the river, the pond.
pond. We shall go for the pond then.
Okay, so are you just going for like the surface or like deep as far as you can?
We'll go deep since it went under.
All right. You don't have blind sight, or I mean, you have blind sight, but you don't have dark vision.
Yep.
So your vision is capped at 30 feet.
Yep.
So I'd say using like the edge of your vision, you can get it down 60 feet comfortably. Still in the pond area
All right.
without
We'll
like
go.
hitting the side or anything.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay, so 60 feet down. Go ahead and roll for an attack with disadvantage.
All right. All right. First one is 17. Ooh, 24.
All right, go ahead and roll damage.
All right. Lightning. Roll. 16.
All right, 16 lightning damage. The chromatic orb goes down, explodes down beneath there, kind of lighting it up just briefly. Not able to see very much of anything, but just that kind of obfuscated light down there. Anything else?
I guess I'll move over towards Tamberley just in case it hasn't stayed in the pond.
Okay. Ending Halvard's turn brings us to Nyx.
Okay. I'm going to say, because like I would have used my ready to action if it weren't recent developments. But I guess like when the light went off, like there wasn't anything like noticeable.
It's just kind of like a backdrop of light. It's not like
Okay.
it lit
Making
everything
sure.
up. Yeah. It's kind of like when lightning happens behind a cloud. It lights up the cloud, but you can't see through it. So it's just like a backdrop getting lit up.
Alright. In which case. Alright, so Medrinix will split the difference. He is going to move here, still kind of like next to Fez in case it pops out near them. But once again, he's going to ready action to take his movement if nothing happens in 6 seconds.
Okay. And next turn brings us to Fez. Fez, at the start of your turn, little crispy fish bodies are starting to float to the surface.
All right. I cast Call Lightning.
Okay.
And so it's going to be 60 feet around us, 10 feet thick, and it's going to hit a bolt of lightning right there, right in the middle of the pond.
Do you have any third levels left?
Yeah, I was about to
He's-
say he shouldn't.
You burned your conjure animals for the pigs.
Yeah, I have one left. I have two. Call lightning.
Yeah, you.
Conjure animals.
So we registered
Or do you
this
use them?
last session that we played. It should have actually taken 3 castings of conjure animals to get to the timeline that we were at. Because you started your conjure animals of the pigs at 11, and you guys didn't get this attack until 2:30. It's my fault for not checking your third levels and seeing how many you had at the time, but it would have used all of your conjure animals.
You only had 2 level 3 spell slots to begin with, and we did use them twice last session.
Then I just move back here and don't do anything. Dodge action.
Okay. Any visitor Malcolm, go ahead and give me a death save. Another success. Tamberlay, your turn.
Oh, that was 30 feet and it wasn't the bottom. How do we tell how long we can hold our breath?
It's your con modifier.
Is that like minutes or seconds or?
Yeah, so your plus bonus gives you an extra minute. So every +1, +2, +3, it's an extra minute of breath holding
Oh, I can
over
hold
the
my breath for 4 minutes.
yeah. And if your con is negative or 0, then you can hold your breath for 1 minute.
And half movement speed in the water.
Correct.
Okay.
Or isn't your version, like, didn't you go with the option that gave you a swimming speed?
Don't know.
No.
Or wait, no, that might not be till 6th level.
I don't have a swimming
Now
speed.
that I'm thinking about it.
Always one level
'Cause I-
away.
Yeah, because I do know that Storm Heralds get different things depending on the weather they chose. Or
Yeah.
not weather, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Shit.
So as your turn is starting, you faintly hear the little pop, pop, pop of bubbles on the pond.
So, are you saying that when the bubbles come up, that means they're going to come up for air pretty soon? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that they're here instead of moving up the river. I don't know
it's
how
here.
long. Yes.
And unless you shoot it with lightning again, I need to go down there and take care of this because I cannot wait any longer. Yes or no? Are you going to do it again or not?
I can do it again, yes.
Well, then I will wait one more turn or one more. Yeah. So I will hold my action, my attack action, just in case.
Okay. And then Tamberlay brings the Bannerhob, some more movement, and then Halberd.
All right, same thing. Since I can't tell if it hit or not, I'll just do it again.
Okay. Same location.
Yep.
After that, go for it. Disadvantage.
Yep. All right. 17.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
And then more lightning damage. 17.
This one kind of veered off a little bit when you casted it, but still kind of that same backdrop lighting effect of the lightning skittering through the water down there. All right, that ends your turn.
Yep, I got one more of those in me.
All right, ending Halvard's turn brings us to Nyx.
If I had a nickel for every time a guy said that to me. All right. Well, since since bubbles were happening,
Now comes your nickname.
I think what I'm gonna do is at least temporarily for this moment, Nyx is going to bonus action retract his shield, use an object interaction to pull out a spear in his other hand, and he's going to hold action to throw that spear if the Vanderhob surfaces.
Okay.
And that'll be Nyx's turn.
All right, ending Nyx's turn brings us to Fez.
That was action, and my turn.
All right, Malcolm, give me another death save. And you are stable.
All right.
That brings us to Tamerlane.
Now they're making this real hard. Question: would I know enough that if I jumped in where the river is flowing into the pond, would it push me down a lot faster than if I just swam down?
It would give you a minor boost, but it's so marginal that it wouldn't affect your speed. If you were able to get some like height to help you get some speed, then you could kind of use it as a guide, but unfortunately with your size, it's not really beneficial.
Yeah,
in
height's
any
not
way.
one of my attributes. I mean, he's been down there for a really long time, so I'm kind of giving up almost. But I also know that that thing's got to come up for air eventually. If what Halvard says is true.
It is.
Yeah, I'm gonna... Oh, what was that? I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm just gonna stay where I am. And, yeah, prep my action, and that's it.
Okay.
I'm real torn.
End of Tamerlane's turn, Vanderhob does some stuff. That brings us to Halvard again.
All right. One more of those.
First off, Halvard, at the beginning of your turn, you
Mhm.
see something decently large starting to come up to the surface of the water.
Oh.
For you, it's for mostly everybody, it's just a shadow seems to be coming up towards the surface. Doesn't break the surface just yet, but
Well, and something's coming up. Let's see, and he's going to fire a chromatic orb at it.
okay. No disadvantage this time.
All right. 14.
That hits.
All right. More lightning damage. Mediocre results.
As the orb goes out, impacting and scattering lights all across, because this shadow is only about 10 feet underwater, you see as it gets hit by the chromatic orb that it almost seems to diffuse and disintegrate a little bit into the water around it. And the next couple seconds after that's gone away, a large, what looks to be clump of dirt seems to have risen to the surface, seemingly knocked out of the side of the pond wall by your previous chromatic orb. As it just starts to get dirty and muddy across the surface of the pond here now. Yes, you just chromatic orb dirt.
Tears. Right. Well, in that case, heal me. I'm jumping in.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm jumping in. I can hold my breath for a long time. I'm going in.
All right.
All right, so you're jumping in?
Yep.
All right. Splish splash, Halvard's taking a bath, going in the water. Half movement. Once you hit, so 15 feet of movement. You want to go straight down or to the sides? What do you want to do?
Let's see. I'll get to the side and start making my way down through there.
Okay. So 15 feet down along the side of the pond that you are at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ending Halvard's turn brings us to Nyx.
I guess Halvard made this decision for me as Nyx is putting some puzzle pieces together. Being that if the Vanderhob is down there and Halvard in their weakened state even gets breathed on. So then, yeah, object interaction, putting my my longsword away, and Nyx is also going to take a dive and see what he can find more
Okay.
directly.
So, jumping in the water, half movement. You doing the same, sort of skirting the side and following it down?
No, I'm going to like dash down an extra half movement to see if like if the thing actually is down there, then hopefully like getting closer might clear things up a bit. Because
Okay,
definitely they're not seeing anything now that there's a clump of dirt on the surface.
So how far down do you want to go?
It's I'm taking my full half movement, so that would be 30 feet down.
Okay. So going 30 feet down seems to continue on as far as you can see. Which with your dark vision is what, 60 feet?
It is 60, yes.
Yeah. Seems to be a decently deep hole.
And that's all the actions that he can take.
Alright. Bringing us to Fez.
Alright. Dodge action. My turn.
Okay. Bring us to Malcolm. You are unconscious, but you're stable, so that's good. Then Tamberlake.
We'll jump and move 35 feet down with
Roger
my
that.
dash.
Splish splash, taking baths. Going past Halberd. It's the swimsuit.
Oh, I know, right? Good thing I packed it.
Let's be fair, you're always wearing it underneath.
Of course.
Gotta be prepared. Okie dokie, so Tamberlake down. Vanderhoff does his thing. Halvard.
All right, swimming further down.
Straight down?
Straight down.
Following the side of the pond?
Yep.
Okay. 30 feet, right?
Yep.
Okay. Swim, swim, swim continues to go on underneath you. Nyx.
I will go an additional 30 feet down.
Okay.
But using my action to dash.
Yeah. Moving another 30 feet down. Still seems pretty deep pond. You guys are in some sort of large cutout that goes deep. Currently, you're not seeing any extensions in any other direction except straight down. But this would also explain why the bubbles took forever to reach the surface.
And yet, that's all he can do for his turn.
Okay.
If I'd been more prepared for a swimming venture, I would have put on a different set of armor.
Fez, sorry.
Run in, turn into a reef shark, and swim down.
Okay, reef sharks, 60 feet?
40 feet.
Okay, so with your movement and then the transformation and down, say you get 70 feet down with your movement and dash. Catching up to Nyx pretty much immediately.
I'll stay next to Nyx.
With your more adapted vision to underwaterness, you see that this hole seems to go down decently far. From where you're currently at, 70 feet down already, you're looking at probably another 100 feet.
I also have blind sight for 30 feet.
Okay. Nothing beyond your compatriots is currently living, as everything was shocked to death by a few chromatic orbs.
Got it.
Even maybe as a reef shark, you landed on a couple of the dead fish, took some bites as you're going down.
Were they tasty?
Oh yeah.
Were they crunchy?
It's crunchy, it's got a little sear to it.
Will this count as my meal for the day?
If you jump in the right spot, sure.
Sweet. Alright.
Good breakfast. Alright, so now that we're all underwater, go ahead and kind of pull back from the, especially with Malcolm now stabilized, pull back from the initiative count as we start to move forward.
I was going to ask, like, on my turn anyway, if I could, with my hat, I would have moved 35 feet down. I would pretty much catch up with Fez. I was wondering if I could just grab onto his back, if he'd let me.
What's Reef Shark's strength?
14.
Yeah, should be easy enough without slowing you down. Luckily, Tamberlay's small, so it doesn't affect you too much.
I am now a medium-sized creature.
Roger that. Okay. So, you let Tamberlay grab you?
Yeah.
Okay, grabbing the back fin and holding on.
Mm-hmm.
So, as we move forward, Fez, are you going to try and keep pace with everyone, or go ahead?
Tamberlay is with me, right?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to move ahead of the group by about 20 feet.
Okay. Giving just a little bit more up ahead, you're able to kind of pre-scout things as you move along. After you get down to that 160-ish range, the bottom of the pond actually turns and starts to go horizontally rather than vertically. Going down this tube, letting everyone follow, you see that the tube opens up, it widens out to about 60 feet across. And there is an air pocket at the top. So those that are swimming and need it, especially with Tamberlay on your back, you can get to the surface and breathe. So
I will stay under the water.
yeah, but you can, dolphin it up and get Tamberlay. As far as
my fin will be up there with Tamberlay.
yeah, as far as the distance between the surface of the water and underneath to the floor of this tube that you're currently in is about 35 feet, and then the space between the surface of the water and the top of this cave is about 25 feet. So it's almost a 60-foot cylinder as you guys are traveling along. The first problem comes when you hit the first intersection. Not so much an intersection, but a forking of your road. You've got the main 60-foot tube that continues on, and you've got a tube to the left and to the right that veer off from one another. Probably in shark form, you kind of hold up and wait for the others to catch up.
Can I smell like any kind of scent, blood?
There's this is a lot of moving current water, so smelling is really difficult in this type of water.
Got it.
And all the current is going away from you, so it's just like wind and being an animal if the wind's in the wrong direction.
I'm just circle until the others get at least somewhat closer.
Yeah, Nyx, Tamberley, Halvard, or Tamberley, you're already on, but Nyx and Halvard end up catching up. You guys are at the intersection.
It's like I point my head left or right, and then kind of like look towards the others.
I can't see a thing.
Do either of the forks seem like relatively the same size, or?
Yeah, they both look like another set of tubes, and roughly about 20 to 25 feet across.
Okay, so yeah, then Vanderhob doesn't have to be picky then.
Madronix, go ahead and give me a perception check. All right. So, looking at the two different tubes that you have available, plus the main one that continues on, the one to the left looks like the aired portion. You're not sure underwater, but at least that the portion that's exposed to the air seems to have collapsed and closed in on itself. So you're not sure if that translates to underwater as well, but if the Vanderhob was doing a non-underwater journey, it would be impeded in that situation. You can only guess that it's probably a tight fit underwater as well. The one to the right, however, does seem to have some minor bioluminescence of some sort. And it seems to be more open air than water. So the water does flow this way. There seems to be a natural sort of barrier, and probably the depth of the water is only about 10 feet or so in that direction.
Yeah, so Medronix is going to hedge his bets on the road of least resistance for a creature trying to escape. So he's going to start making his way down the bioluminescent one, the open air one.
Well, I mean, you do still have the main tube that you're going down as well.
Oh, that is true.
Are you saying that out loud?
Out loud, you say?
Yeah, there's air.
Yeah, you guys are all above the surface.
Oh, okay. Excuse me. Sorry.
Yeah, heads above the water, kind of just deciding.
It's like, points. Points to the more impeded one. Probably a no-go. And then points to the other one. That one is lit up and easy to go. But also it's lit, and this is a creature that tends to favor darkness.
Is
Yeah,
there
I
a
was
non-impeded one with
way or the other.
darkness?
Yeah, if it was lit, that means that nothing went down it, because wouldn't it like disturb all that stuff?
You guys could ask Malcolm. He knows.
But also, I will say that the water actually moves naturally in that direction. So if it was looking for an easier time swimming with a little boost, maybe.
I mean, the water's pushing the way we're going, no matter which tunnel we take, right?
Correct. They all kind of diagonally branch out from you.
So the one that's not lit then?
So the main tube.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's go.
All right. Continuing on, the main tube ahead. The water recedes a little bit as far as depth goes, but the current stays the same. You're starting to get little bits of platform of just overall debris and different portions of the wall that either have collapsed over time or just naturally built up here. So you do have platforms every now and again that you could take a break from swimming if you wanted to. They seem sturdy and strong enough to even support Nyx. But continuing on for about another minute or so, you don't come across any creature. It seems to be very devoid of life down here. Probably because the only things that could get down here would need to be able to swim down that deep, and most regular fish don't want to deal with that, let alone be caught in this current. You guys get to about the 2-minute mark, traveling through this main tube, until you get to another fork, this time only being one other option. You've got the main tube that continues on, staying about 60 feet wide, and then you got this side tube. It's about 40 feet wide, but the interesting thing about it, as Nyx would point out as you can see that way, is it almost looks like this tube is cut right down the middle. The left half of it is water, and the right half is different natural platform. So it's about 20 feet of water on the left, and then about 20 feet of natural platform on the right. Or you can continue down the main tube, which just continues on.
So essentially, the one that looks like a platform, like would even be able to support the creature of the Banderhob size.
Yeah, these are 20-foot wide, all connected. So it almost looks like a train station or a subway, where if the tracks was water and then the platform was, the platform. It kind of looks like that, and it seems to continue on like that for a while, almost as if maybe the water was at a higher level at one point to make the tube in the first place, but then receded down.
Yeah, at the very least, Midronix would point and hedge his bets on that one.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay, so veering Fez over to that tube, and you guys all continuing forward. Fez, go ahead and give me a perception check. As you guys are starting to travel down this tube specifically, there's a point about 30 seconds in to traveling down this tube that all of a sudden it gets different. The floor almost seems as if it had been recently disturbed and kicked up. Like there's silt that still kind of lingers in the water that you can kind of taste. Whereas pretty much this entire time you haven't had that experience yet. So it kind of slows you down and puts you on edge for a moment because you're like, okay, what was that? But it seems to have been recent, but not like immediately recent.
Mm-hmm.
But it does put you on a bit of an edge if you want to gesture this somehow to the rest of the group. Fez?
I'm still a shark. I can't This is my last form.
Yeah, that's why I said if you want to try and gesture it or throw a hissy fit.
Do I? Is this like a? Is this like a performance check then, or what?
This would be more of whoever you're trying to tell insight checking you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try gesture.
Okay.
Try to get their attention.
Yeah, the easiest person would probably be Tamerlane, since she's on you, and
Yeah.
she would have known what your normal swimming is like, and then all of a sudden, if you start freaking out, she's gonna be like, "Whoa there, easy." So Tamerlane, give me an insight check. And yeah, Fez, go ahead and do a performance. Right on the money.
Hey, perfect.
So, with him, you realize that he's not freaking out like he sees something, but that something is up here.
All right. Is Nyx's head above the water?
Yeah, for all your sakes, you guys would be floating up above it so you can see stuff.
So I think that Fez found something, because he's moving kind of weirder than he was. But we might want to check it out. Like, it looks like we might be going in the right direction. Just be on your guard.
Got it. Will do.
And actually, for you guys, since the platform continues on, it might be easier for y'all to walk or run.
Oh, Halvard is definitely going to try to do that.
Yeah, my only problem. Oh, well, yeah.
I'll stay in
Check
the
out my
water because
backpack.
I'm faster in the water.
Yeah, yeah. To basically to keep up with Fez, you guys would need to get out and run alongside.
Yeah. I don't mind doing that, but I will light a torch when we get out.
Okay.
So from there, Mithranix would swap out his javelin back for his sword and retract his or return his shield.
Okay. Tamberlake, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Look at these.
Protract, that's the word I was thinking of.
9.
And then, actually, all three of you can get perception since Tamberlake has a torch out. Well, besides Fez, because Fez, you're in the water.
Yeah.
So that'd be Halvard as well.
We believe in you, Halvard.
What am I doing?
Perception.
Perception.
Oh, right. Let's see.
They both turn, we could believe in you, and Howard's like,
13.
thanks. Am I supposed to be doing something?
I mean, don't get me wrong. Nyx would 100% never say that in this context.
Oh, yeah. Alright, well, Nyx, you do point out that when Tamerlane brings this up and Fez kind of starting to freak out, you guys kind of all stop and look. You specifically feel something against your foot that seems to be a little different. And you look down and you see what looks to be a large webbed footprint underneath your foot currently.
I do believe I found a mark, as he just gestures his sword down toward the footprint.
And as you guys look at it, you realize that the footprint's faced not in the direction that you're walking or the way that you came. It's actually facing the wall.
Huh.
So it looks like it came out of the water here.
And it just disappears into the wall?
Well, you only see one set of footprints.
Can we investigate the wall?
Yeah, go for it. Investigation check.
I would. Okay. I'm good at these. 12.
You're kind of just looking around with the torch, looking at the walls. There's a bunch of vines and different roots that kind of grow down and around here. A lot of dirt and such. Nothing seems to scream out at you.
Halvard's going to look up.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Ooh, 19.
You do see what looks to be a Banderhob-sized hole in the ceiling above you,
Guys,
about 15
look up.
feet up.
Well, my people need me, and he'll start levitating.
But what?
Are we going to tell
Turns to
Fez? Or we just
Tamberlake.
gonna leave him in the
Why did you
water?
say that?
I don't know. I don't know. He's been talking in the royal we for a little while now, and I don't understand that either.
Dronix, you can make a dexterity check to see if you want to catch Halvard's foot and keep him there. The low HP wizard going in once again first.
Right?
Yeah. Nope.
Oh,
He was too distracted
Yeah,
by
I was
that
gonna
phrase
say,
when he
more of
turned
the-
to Tamberlay and
More
just
of the dumb shock taking over.
can I try
Yeah. Your DC's gonna be a little higher though.
dexterity saving throw? Or
Just check.
okay. 16.
That's enough.
As I grab his ankle and start floating up with him.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're not gonna slow him down much, but it's enough for you to like reach out, grab him, and then be like, Nix, grab my hand, and without needing to do the check, Nix can grab you.
yeah, just like
Just like, wait, what? If you need
Yeah,
to
remember
lift
that
up,
leash
you
I
could have
talked
just.
about earlier?
When
Don't
you
go in
big?
by yourself. Wait for us.
Okay.
I mean, we haven't even told Fez. He's still in the water.
I look over the water.
Did it.
Right.
The reef shark is heads above water, and if his fin could reach his forehead, it would be.
and I assume that if nobody is resisting, Nyx is just using his strength to gently pull down
Oh, yeah.
Tamberlake
Yeah,
and by
you're-
extension Halvard.
You're pulling back the kite.
Yeah. And once we get Halvard settled, I don't care if it's like 5 feet above the ground or whatever, I'm gonna like kind of chuck a rock in
he'll
the
touch-
water to get Fez's attention. Not to hit him or anything, but to, you know.
Yeah. Easy enough to do.
And I don't know, can he understand me in
Yeah.
shark form? Okay. I'm just gonna say we found a hole in the ceiling that we need to go up, so we need to get you out of the water. And
Dive
do I have
down, dive up, jump out of the water, and transform back.
Not even wet.
Okay. Nice. All right. Now, I hand Halvard the end of my rope and say, okay, go ahead, but be careful. And if anything happens, let us know and we can just yank you back. But otherwise, make it to the top of this hole and secure the rope so that we can climb up after you.
Right, will do. And he's going to start flying up and taking the dodge action just in case.
Can't wait for you to sneeze on accident, and then everyone think, "Oh God, he's getting attacked," and then just yank you down and smash you against the walls of this tube. Because with Tamberlay, Fez, and Madronix all yanking down at the same time, you're gonna get fucking ricocheted like a ping pong ball.
Mhm.
I mean, maybe not. I mean, maybe not so much the other two, but definitely Madronix.
Tamberlay can help.
Oh, you know what? Fair. Tamberlay, I think.
She
said at some
rages
point
and
that
then
she had
just
a
freaks
12.
out and just,
Yeah.
"You son of a bitch, Halvard!"
Not again!
All right.
Alright.
So, Halvard, you head up, floating, not quite flying. Your elevator music up, slowly but surely, and a little hushed. You
Doo-doo.
go up
Doo-doo.
and start to actually go into this hole, and it continues up a good 45 feet. It doesn't stay the cylindrical 15 feet all the way up. It actually expands out here and there. And you can see what looks to be divots along the side of the holes as you're going up, almost like something large was using it as bracing points as it started to climb up, almost like very large handholds. But you get up to the top, it kind of curves back into a horizontal situation.
I'm going to slowly peek my head over the edge.
All right, make a perception check. Without having dark vision, you'd only get to see about 15 feet in front of you.
All right. Perception. 5.
It's pretty dark,
Hmm.
but nothing
This is
seems to be there.
This is Bravo 6. It's very dark.
No one responds.
Can't rely on anyone here. And he'll start pulling himself up a bit more to find something to tie the rope on.
All right. Give me another perception check with... Yeah, not disadvantage because you're only looking directly right around, so...
Ooh.
It's a pretty decently smooth hole here. Like, not a whole lot of extra something to attach to.
I would start going a bit further in.
Okay.
As we start losing the end of the rope, I'm going to grab a hold of it.
Okay.
Because it's only 50 feet.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys would
Alright.
have connected another set of rope.
But as he starts walking off, it starts going up past the end of the rope. I'm going to grab hold and start, holding on, until he stops moving. So I can start climbing
now that I'm
and help
thinking
him.
about it, maybe one of us should have handed him some pythons.
Yeah, well... Do you have any?
Me?
Nix.
So,
I'm actually gonna double check, but I
Because I
could
don't.
have sworn my pack comes with pythons, but I could be wrong. Oh, for some reason, I could have sworn I had one of those packs that came with pythons. It's weird.
Well, I've got a few javelins that I could dig into the ground and tie off from there. And as soon as I kind of feel like the rope stops, I don't know, do you feel the tug? Or you just keep walking?
If I feel the tug, I'll stop. Just wait, was it caught on something?
And I will start climbing.
Then you just feel a bunch of little tugs.
Yeah.
Right, I'll brace and hold it still.
Alright. A few moments later, Tamberley makes her way up.
Alright. We need to secure this. Did you not find anything to secure stuff with?
It is kind of really dark.
Okay, I understand. I will take out my couple of javelins and thrust them into the ground as far as I can and then tie the rope off.
What's your strength modifier?
12. A +1.
However, would have a better shot at this.
Yeah.
I would like to help him. I would like to prepare the help action.
Alright, go ahead and give me a strength check, Halbert.
Alright. Strength check.
With advantage, because you Tamberley's helping.
Good thing with that advantage.
Yeah.
Still not good.
Barely enough to pass. So, putting down a couple javelins to spread the weight across, as a very large and heavy individual is about to come up.
Oh Lord, he coming.
With both of you also holding the rope to help said javelins. You all take a deep breath and yell down to Nyx that it's ready for him to climb up.
I would not yell because I do not want to attract attention.
You
But I
would.
would tug on the rope.
Okay.
All right. I realize my confusion. Normally with my characters, I take the Dungeoneers pack, but Paladins do not start with that.
Yeah.
So I had to take the Explorers. So that's why there are no Pythons in here. Anyway,
Anyways.
Nyx starts mentally preparing himself because he has no idea whether this is going to hold him or not, really,
Yep.
and starts climbing up.
Okay. Little timidly at first, but especially once you get into the hole and you can like brace against the wall and such, it makes you a little bit more confident that even if the rope were to fall, you could at least stop yourself. And eventually, you do get up, only snapping one of the javelins.
All right.
And then they just
then-
hear the clap, clap, clap the whole time as he's climbing up.
Of course.
And then Fez scurries up the rope like it's nothing.
Not surprised.
I wave with the group.
Alright.
How's
So all of
everybody
you-
doing so far?
Nyx, you're kind of like not hunched over, but it's that weird feeling of when the roof is just a little it's close enough to make you be like you feel like you need to hunch, but you don't. This tube is wide. It's about 15 feet wide, but tall-wise, it's like right at 10 feet. With parts
So
of
you're
it that
taller
kind
than you look. I hunched.
kind of dip down. What was that, Nyx?
Sorry, I was making a dumb Raimi movie reference. It's like you're taller than you look. I hunch.
But yeah, so you're guessing that probably this creature, which stands decently tall, is on all fours as he moves through this, and it is replicated in the floor. As you can see, plenty of webbed footprints heading further down this tunnel.
Perfect.
At least there's no doubt which direction it went.
Thank goodness. Should I light another torch, or should we just follow you guys?
It's well, compared to what I can see naturally, he might hold off on the torch, and maybe we can at least try to catch it by surprise if it's still nearby.
That's
Otherwise,
fine
it
with
won't
me.
100% know where we are and that we're
Mhm.
coming.
All right, so we'll sneak.
All right, so go ahead and roll stealth, everybody.
It's okay. I say that, but I'm
Stealth.
also wearing heavy armor, so
Yeah,
Mhm.
we must be very quiet as we move forward. Ching,
I actually
ching.
rolled really well on stealth. What? Ooh,
Oh,
There it is.
there it is.
it's like, well, we gave it a shot.
Usually, a group will. This would help balance it out. But there's no physical way for Halvard to assist you. You're the biggest one.
Although in fairness, like just maybe just because of the whole size thing, that just like there was just no avoiding like scraping against the sides.
Yeah, you're trying to in between this hunched position and moving around things. It's a pain for you to move around this comfortably. And so
You know what? At the very least, Halvard isn't the one in front while this is happening.
with both Fez and Nyx being the ones up front, Fez is like having a hard time being stealthy next to Nyx, and is like trying to like dart between legs and moving up, forward, and back and around Nyx, as Nyx is just a tumbling mess of metal against rock.
Y'all forget we're even there.
I'd say Halvard helps a little bit with your armor, Nyx. Putting some like excess fabric over your armor so that way you're not making terrible metallic scraping noises. More just like thuds. But you guys continue forward. Now, the tunnel that you guys are going through, though it has seen recent activity, isn't a very traversed tunnel, it seems. The Banderhob's footprints that are moving forward are very clearly defined and imprinted as decently recent, even the beginnings of it still having a little bit of water attached. But now that you guys are moving forward, it seems like this is pretty soft dirt that you're moving through, at least what you're standing on. Until you realize that it's not dirt at all, it seems to be some sort of excrement. Hence why it is outlining footprints so well. And even looking back, you see easily imprinted besides Halvard and Tamberley, who are like walking in your guys' footsteps to not leave their own footprints. At least 2 sets of footprints are behind you all. Continuing on, you guys travel for a good couple minutes before you finally get to what seems to be another vertical auspices upward. Though this one, with the dark vision, seems to go on for much longer than 40 feet. And looking at the material that's at the base of this hole that goes straight upwards, you're seeing some foliage, some brush, grass, and different leafage material. So you're guessing that this hole might extend out to the actual forest floor, wherever it might be.
So we're in a cave. Like, obviously a cave, but like, we could like, I don't know, like if we were walking on the surface, we would run into a cave.
Think of it more like, at least that it's a straight tunnel, straight down. It would feel more like a sewer entrance,
Okay.
but no
But
ladder.
you know,
or
that's
anything.
where the excrement came from.
Not connected.
Does
I'm
it
just using it as an example.
Does the ceiling open up as well?
It's too dark and it's still nighttime for you guys to notice
Okay.
if it is exactly exposed to open air or if it's in something.
Does the air smell fresher up here?
Yeah,
Okay. Well,
not quite
I
as
guess
muggy or
let's
musty.
keep following the footprints.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys going up?
Yep.
This is the dead end. Like, it's either go back the way you came or go up.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's like a big cylinder then.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it opened up into like a big cave. Sorry.
No.
Oh,
Alright,
oh, this is
up I go
with the rope,
with the rope.
slowly.
Now, it's definitely more than 60 feet up. Because Nyx can't even see if it either ends or continues on straight up.
I have a bit more rope I can tie onto the end.
Okay.
Okay. So, Halvard starts floating directly upwards. 20, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 20, 40, right about the 160-foot mark. Again, you guys probably attaching rope as you're starting to get towards the end. Until Halvard, you start to notice that the air much fresher. You're starting to get a bit of a cool breeze, and you're starting to see stars. You got about another 10 feet before you're at the entrance.
Watch, we're gonna end up right where we started. He'll take those last 10 feet, slowly peeking his head above the edge.
Okay. Getting to the top here, looking out, it seems to be some point in the forest. You're not sure, you don't hear immediately any sort of running water or anything like that, so you don't think you've circled all the way back to where you first were. It does seem to be the same forest, same type of trees, same thickness. These aren't cut, so it's not in the same deforested area.
Mm-hmm.
But make a perception check to see if you can see any creatures around you.
And
Looking around, you don't see anything immediately outside the hole within the first 15 feet. Unfortunately, you also don't see any Vanderhub footprints, but it is pretty dark, so...
I'm going to find a tree to tie this rope around.
Okay. Coming out of the hole, moving about another 20 feet off to the side. It's a large enough tree that would probably even support Madronix. Tying a strong knot that Malcolm had taught you in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You give the rope a tug, and those that are down there, that's the signal to go up.
I'll scramble up.
And so, like a series of beads being pulled out of a poop hole.
To a degree. One bead's a lot larger than the rest.
Mm-hmm.
You guys make your way out of the hole into this small clearing between the trees of the forest. Both Fez and Nyx, as you guys get up here, you see the tracks of the Banderhop. Though they're not directly around the hole itself, it looks like as soon as it got out, it jumped a good 20 feet. But you catch where they're at in the direction that they are heading. They seem to be going a slight incline up the forest floor, and you see around you, though trees blanket most of the area, it looks to be a small, not quite a mountain, but a decently large hill, though jagged in some areas. It goes up different heights in different areas, but probably the max peak being 250 feet-ish. Just enough to get over the trees, the tree line, so you can see it past. But it looks like the Banderhop is heading in that direction.
No, we must go.
Well, yeah.
And then Madronix says he's about to walk, as Halvard is probably about to walk in a dirt direction, just kind of like takes his body.
Turns in the right way.
It's
Thank you. And then continues walking.
Howard's like, we must go, and starts walking. Nyx turns him in the right direction and just continues walking forward. All right. Collecting your rope, I'm guessing, as well. You guys start to continue up this incline through this path, following the tracks left behind by the Banderhop, which aren't the easiest to follow, but a decently large creature and heavy, and he's jumping, so once you get into the rhythm of every 20-25 feet distance, you're like, okay, there's the next set. It's not like a easy set of footprints to follow, but you guys get the hang of it after a while.
And heading all in the same direction.
Yeah. Little
I mean-
variations off to the side to avoid trees, but yeah,
Okay.
that's all. It's heading up the hill. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
All right.
As you guys are in hot pursuit of unconscious Malcolm and his Banderhob friend.
No spell slots, 6 health. I'm definitely going to be in there. Just all up in that Vanderhop's grill.
That sounds like Halvard.
Yeah.
I just want to say, Halberd, you and I are basically in the same boat. I've got less less HP than you do, but I've got the same number of spell slots.
That's right.
It's like you two can finally duke it out and be on equal ground.
Alrighty, guys. So, any questions?
No.
How did Tamberlane feel about going through the poop hole?
I mean, she didn't really think about it because she couldn't see.
I guess it just heard the squishing beneath her feet and just not thinking about it.
Yeah, but
Out of sight, out of mind.
it wasn't even like that though, because like where the tracks were for the Vanderhob, it was squishy anyway because it was wet. So that's just kind of what she thought it was. Continually like
It's
moist on the
just
ground.
mud. It's just
It's
mud.
just
Yeah.
mud.
Yeah, that's what it felt like. I mean, I'm sure that's not what it smelled like, but we didn't get it. You know, we weren't told it smelled horrible.
Nope, didn't really have a smell. Like I said,
Also, Malcolm, we're really sorry this happened again.
It happens.
Malcolm,
A lot.
me and you will have to coordinate as there is a mini session that we're going to need to have.
No worries.
Uh-oh.
I can do it basically any day that's not Monday.
Okay, cool. I'll reach out to you.
Awesome.
Alrighty, guys.
All right.
So, if you have any questions, feel free to message me and I'll get back to them as soon as I can. If I don't talk to y'all before then, you guys have a great week and we will be back Sunday.
Sounds
Good
good.
Night, everyone.
Night, everyone.
Thank you to those that stayed with us. Have a great night. Stay safe, and we'll see you next week.